Hey guys, welcome back to the Collect the Magic channel and an all-new episode of the Collection Expansion Showcase. This is the show where I show you all the cool things I've been able to find at flea markets, garage sales, thrift stores, and so much more. I've got some really cool stuff to show you on this episode, so without further ado, let's just dive right into it. On the very first episode of the Collection Expansion Showcase, I showed a Mickey Mouse flip-top mug from Disney on Ice. And while I was at a Goodwill yesterday, I found another one. And this one's not a Mickey Mouse, it's not even a member of the Fab Five. This is Mr. Incredible from The Incredibles. They did a whole line of these. There was a Dash one as well, and I think a couple other Incredibles. I know there was a Jack one. I think they did one for all the Incredibles. But in any case, this is the Mr. Incredible one. And I saw this once before at a Goodwill. Didn't pick it up, and I should have because it was much cheaper than it was at this Goodwill. I paid $3 for this guy. But it was still a good deal because on eBay this guy can go anywhere from, I've seen him go pretty much around the $20 mark. It's been an average, I've seen like 18 to 22, so like right in the middle, it's around $20. For a little plastic mug like this, but I can see why. For Disney collectors, this is really cool. The sculpt on this is really, really awesome. How they would have made this is somebody would have sculpted this like out of clay, then they would have like molded it into a mug, and then they would have actually made the mug. And it's cool. It's a little bit bigger than the Mickey one that I have, and this one's in a little bit worse shape. It's got some hard watermarks on the bottom from a dishwasher. It's got some scuffing on there all over, like on his chin and on the back there's some marks, but nonetheless I'm going to try to clean him up a little bit, and then he's going to go in the display with the Mickey Mouse one. And I'm going to try to look for more of these Disney on Ice mugs. They're very, very cool. The detail and the sculpts and things are very cool, and I can usually get them for pretty cheap. The Mickey one I got for $1.49, and this guy was $2.99, so not that expensive of a collectible. And I'm sure as I go out to garage sales and other thrift stores, I'm sure I'll find more of these. So if I find more, I'll definitely pick them up. So that is another Disney on Ice flip-top mug. Next up is a very cool find in my opinion. I've never really found anything like this before, and it's from the 1970s by Playskool, which was a company, they're still around, they do a lot of kids' toys. But I found a vintage Mickey Mouse puzzle. And I usually don't pick up puzzles, because usually when you pick up puzzles, they are in boxes and you can't count the pieces, and if you can count the pieces, there are usually pieces missing. But this guy, all the pieces were there. They just kind of pop out. Here, I'll try to take a couple of them out here so you can, there. Like his foot comes out there, there's his foot. I'm just gonna take this out so you can kind of see the whole thing, and there'll be a picture as well, but his arms are pieces, his face is a piece, his ears, little mouse ears are a piece, which is kind of cool. And then the hand, I thought it was actually in two pieces, and it was glued back together, but it's not, it's just a little crack mark, so it's in very, very good condition. That's what the board would have looked like. And then you just kind of pieced them back together, just kind of like this. It's kind of how a kid would have pieced them together. Let's see if I can, let's see if someone my age can actually put this together the way it's supposed to be put together. Anyway, yeah, this was done, I don't have an exact year on when this was done, but I know it was done in the 1970s, and the shape this is in is actually pretty good. I looked it up on eBay again to see what something like this is going for, and a puzzle like this, complete in this condition, is going for about $20. So, which is good for me because I paid, I don't even know what I paid on this. Let me go find out what I paid on this. Let me check my tag on the plastic wrapper. $2.99. I paid $2.99 for this puzzle, which in my eyes is a very good price for something like this. Definitely going to go up in the Disney collection. It's a very cool vintage piece. This was just buried under some puzzles at a Goodwill. Yeah, just buried under some puzzles. They had a couple other puzzles there that I was tempted to buy. They had a couple Looney Tune ones, and they had another Disney one like this, but a couple pieces were missing, so I didn't pick it up. But this was in the one that was probably in the best shape, and for $3, if something this cool and it's just an older looking Mickey, I'm definitely gonna pass this up. Or I'm not gonna pass this up. Yeah, it's a Playskool puzzle, and it's for 3 to 6 years old. But this is just gonna go up in the display as a nice little Mickey Mouse piece. So as everybody knows, I'm a huge Disney fan, and this feeds my Disney collecting need, if you will. But But yeah, for $3, definitely not going to pass this up. Definitely, I might look for more puzzles like this in the future, if they're all there and they're in the same condition as this one, or even better condition. Yeah, it was just a really unique find, and I thought it was very cool, so Mickey came home with me, and he was added to the collection. Next up, we've got a couple records from 1979, and these are Disney records, and they are Disney's Children's Favorites Volume 1 and 2. There is a Volume 3, it's the only one I'm missing. And as you guys know, I'm a big collector of Disney stuff, and that is what originally drew me to this. I saw Disney characters, I'm like, oh, Disney, and I picked it up and looked at it. And then what really got me to buy them was the artwork, because when you get stuff like this, just to show you on this one, you'll see the close-up pictures. This is all hand-drawn. This isn't like, you know, back in '79 they didn't have Photoshop, and they couldn't just mass this and just do a picture off of whatever, you know, art they had, any clip art they had, or stock footage they had from this. They had to hand draw everything, and then they had to go through an approval process, and if it didn't get approved, they'd go back and do another design. So who knows how many designs this went through before it actually got approved, but I mean, that's pretty cool. There's art on the back as well, and these are just children's songs. No Disney characters actually sing on this, which I think is unfortunate, but you know, it is what it is. It's just some kid songs like I've Been Working on the Railroad, Home on the Range, Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, songs like that. And there's 25 on this one and 29 on Volume 2. But what's also really cool is the records are here. And for those people who are too young to know what records are, and some people would argue that I'm too young to know what a record is, I do know what a record is. This is a record. It's in pretty good condition, no scratches or anything. But for those people too young to know what records are, this is what people listen to for their music before MP3s and before CDs and before cassettes. If you know what cassettes are, those are also getting to be there. But the other cool thing is this also has, so it has the case, also has the record sleeve in here as well, which I'm not going to take out because it's going to be too hard to get back in. This one, Volume 2, also has the sleeve in there. So you can kind of see it. I'll just kind of plot a little bit for the sleeve and the record. And this one's also in really good condition. So yeah, I paid $4.99 for each record. So a little more than I like to spend on stuff like this, but for the year it was done, for the condition these were in beautiful condition. For it all being there, yeah, I can justify the price a little bit. One of the most interesting things about this type of thing is, you know, back when this was done, like I said, this had to go through approvals to get the design done. And I was looking at some of the artwork on these, and on Volume 2, if you look on the back, there's a picture of a flower from Alice in Wonderland, one of the singing flowers, and she's holding a gun. Today, that would never get approved. So I just find it very interesting what got approved back then and what didn't. But these are definitely going to get put in the display. I'm going to look for some record sleeves, some plastic sleeves for these that I can put these in and keep them in good condition. But I just think these are really cool. The artwork is amazing. You'll see it in the close-up pictures, but yeah, the artwork on this is just absolutely incredible, and that's what really drew me to these in the first place, and the fact that it's kind of a unique little Disney item that I didn't have. So Disney's Children's Favorites Volume 1 and 2 records. Last up, we have a game, and it's not a Disney game. It's my only non-Disney thing in this particular episode, but it's still a very cool piece. I don't know if I'm going to keep it or not. This one's up for debate. I might sell it. I'm not sure. But it is a VCR game, and in the 1980s, this was from 1986, and in the 80s, Mattel did a line of VCR games. If you don't know what a VCR is what we used to use to watch movies back in the 80s and 90s. When I grew up in the 90s, that's what we used. We used a VCR. Yeah, it's They don't exist anymore. But it's cool. This came with a VHS. That's what the tape was. It's how we watched it, and it was cool. So it's the Honeymooners VCR game. The Honeymooners, if you don't know what the Honeymooners is, was a sitcom, very popular sitcom. You can look it up. Look it up on YouTube. I'm sure you'll find some stuff on it. But it's a funny little sitcom, and yeah, I found this game at a Goodwill. For how much did I pay for this game? This is what surprised me: $1.49 for this. That's why I picked it up, because it was $1.50. But everything's here. I did look through it. Everything is here. So you've got an answer book. You've got a playing book, which has really never been used. This game has never really been used. Like, everything's blank. So, and not that I'm gonna ever be able to play it, because I do not have a working VCR, but it is what it is. You got some scorecards that are just kind of how to, I guess, I didn't read the instructions, I guess that's how you score it. And this. Kids, this is a VHS. This is what you would put in the VCR to watch movies on. That is a VHS tape. And you'd put this big hunk of plastic in the VCR, and you'd be able to watch whatever you wanted to watch. So that is that. But this game is it's a VCR game, and now we have games. These types of games kind of paved the way for games like Seen It, and it's that this is kind of the early version, I guess you would say, of Seen It. But kind of how you would play is you'd play the tape, and you can only really play this once because, I mean, there's a bunch of games on there, and it plays, it just keeps going, and you have to rewind to get to the next game. But it has questions on here that shows a clip, and it asks the question, and you write down what your answer is, and then you look in here for the answers, and you score based on that. So, I don't know how many games there are in here, how many different, oh wow, it looks like over 30, 34, 35, 38, 40. Okay, there are 40 games, 40 different games. So you can play at least 40 times. So that's pretty good for a VCR game, because a lot of VCR games, you play it and then it's done. It's like you play it once and you know it, and then that's it. So, but this is a little cool thing. It came with its little answer book, which has been written in once. It's got oh, never mind, it hasn't been written in. That's just the sample. I thought it was actually written in, but it's just a sample. But it's never been written in. This game's never been played. I don't think the tape has even never been played. So it's pretty much in good condition. And the box is in really good condition as well. They did a bunch of these. They did movie ones, TV ones, different shows, different movies. Pretty much anything you can think of. Mattel tried to put a VCR game or a VHS game or whatever out for it. So yeah, a little quirky, little unique piece that I don't know if I'm going to keep or not. It's still up for debate. But that is the Honeymooners VCR game. Alright guys, that's going to do it for today's episode of the Collection Expansion Showcase. If you liked what you saw, hit that like button, give me a thumbs up. And also, if you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button so you can be the first to know when more videos are uploaded right here on the Collect the Magic channel on YouTube. Make sure you stay tuned for more videos. We got a lot of cool stuff coming up on the channel. We got more Collection Expansion Showcase episodes coming up. We got some more episodes of The Boardroom coming. That's always fun. And a bunch of other videos too. So just stay tuned for all these videos. As always, this is Collect the Magic saying thanks for watching. Have a magical day.